What up is Big D here, it's Dane here, and in this video I'm going to be telling you how long does it take to get a six pack, right? So if anything like me, and I'm sure you probably are, that's why you clicked on this video, and you're wondering, I want to get a six pack fast as possible, I just want to get rid of this weight, I want to get the girls, I want to get the women, all this kind of good stuff, increase confidence, just get it this year, I'll tell you exactly what we need to do. So first of all, you need to pick what scenario you're in, right? So if you're someone that's like 16 to 80% body fat, like the average male, it depends what you consider average, right? But just they can't really see the abs, but if they lose a bit of fat, they could maybe still see the abs. So if you're that person, getting a six pack maybe won't take too long. If you really want a range, I can't give an exact range because this will depend on other factors, which I'll talk about in a minute. Maybe like 1 month, right, in order to see your abs. Maybe get a 4-pack, stuff like this. Maybe 1.5 months to get a 6-pack. All depends. If you're in scenario 2, if you say 12% body fat and you got 4-pack abs, this will take about 2 weeks, again depending on how big your deficit is. If you're in scenario 3, which is like you're quite overweight, right, and you're probably like say 20+% body fat, this could take longer, however it could take shorter, and in fact you, my friend, have got the most potential. You're in the most benefited spot in some way, right? Because you can actually lose more fat than everyone else. The fatter you are, the more fat you can lose. How good is that? That's why building muscle takes much longer than losing fat. Okay, so let's start off with the person that's an average weight. So in my opinion, this applies to the masses. You can't really see your abs, but you know, if you diet a little bit, they'll almost be there. So first of all, we need to set the calorie deficit. This is the main factor when it comes to losing fat for all three people, for all three of these scenarios, right? For different types of people. So the calorie deficit, all of you need to do this. So do 15 times your body weight in pounds. Once you have that number, minus, this is where it comes down to, minus 1 day. So if you're about 12% body fat, you got a 4-pack abs, I say minus, say 500, that would be good enough. If you can't see abs at all and you're like the average quote-unquote male, minus 750, maybe 800 if you want to go real aggressive. And then if you're 20 plus body fat percentage, minus 1000, or you can go 1200, even a bit more, right? So that's the principles you need to know now on how long it will take you to get a six-pack. And I told you already a baseline exactly of how many months or weeks it will take you, but this is the main principle, setting the calorie deficit. Why did I say someone that's 12% body fat that's already got a 4-pack? Why did I say 500? Why did I say 750? Why did I say 1000? Here's why. The bigger that number, the faster the calorie deficit. But don't be too worried. You don't need to do this all by food intake. You can use cardio, and I'll tell you exactly how now. I'm basically telling you everything you need to know on how to get a six-pack, right? I can't tell you it will take you 1 day, 7 hours, 2 minutes, 1 second, and shit like this. I can't tell you exactly, but I'll give you rough estimates. Okay, so we've set the calorie deficit. That's the most important point. Now, what foods do you need to eat exactly in order to get a six-pack? Here's the deal. Foods are no foods. However, there are foods high in calories and low in calories, and when you want to lose weight, you mainly want to eat foods low in calories. So if your mother or something like this, your grandmother or whoever has been telling you to eat vegetables as a kid and fruits, they're right. When it comes to weight loss, vegetables are real good, man. You should already know this. They're low in calories, they fill you up the most, they contain a lot of fiber, they're good for your health as well. Vegetables and fruits, man, they change your life internally and externally, self-confidence, body-wise, everything. So increase the vegetables to about 60 to 70%. You can, if you want, increase your carbohydrates, but I don't recommend this too much. The reason being is because carbohydrates don't usually fill you up as much as vegetables, hence why you get these low carb diets, right? But you need carbohydrates in order to function throughout the day for your training and stuff like this. Hence why if you're a person that's been on a low carb diet, you know that shit sucks. Okay, so now we know eat a lot of vegetables and fruits. Keep your protein intake about 0.8 grams per pound of body weight. That should be good enough. And remember, the higher protein intake, the more satisfied you'll feel. So now I'm telling you the basics about getting a six-pack here. I'll tell you exactly how long it will take in a few seconds. Not exactly, but rough estimates again. So let's start off with the person, or the average quote-unquote male again. Now we know what foods we need to eat. We know vegetables and fruits and we know the calorie deficit. Now this is the option when you can do cardio, not cardio. So we need to set a deficit of about 750, right? You can do this by food intake and cardio. Typically you want to aim for about 750 calories per day. You want to be a minus, and at the end of the week that will give you 750 times 7. I don't do maths in public, I'm shit at it, so you can do that yourself. But that will give you a rough estimate of how many calories you burn per week, right? This average male or something wants to shoot for a deficit of about, weight loss of how much per week? I'd say maybe 1.5 to 2 pounds per week. You want to shoot for the weight loss, right? If you're not gaining or losing about at least 1 pound per week, you're in big trouble. So you can do this through cardio, any cardio, high intensity, steady state cardio, in my opinion, is the best if you're doing weight training as well, right? So walking, stuff like this. Now let's get back to the overweight individual before we get into the lean individual. For the overweight individual, like I said, you're going to be in a 1,000 calorie deficit. You're going to need to be doing some cardio as well, because if you're just in a 1,000 calorie deficit and you just reduce your food intake to get that number, it's going to be real harsh on you. And okay, yes, this is going to be kind of a crash diet, right? Because you're not going to eat a 1,000 calorie deficit all your life. But here's the deal. I keep saying that. If you eat in a 200 calorie deficit, it will take you like, say, 6 months, right? And you don't want that. Like I said, the fatter you are, the quicker you can lose that fat. It's real quick, right? I'm not joking here. So that's real important. You can do cardio, say 1 hour a day or something. If you can do that, burn 500 calories there, and then food intake minus 500 calories there, equaling 1,000 calorie deficit. So that's important. So now let's get back to scenario 1, the person number 1 that has 12% body fat, quite lean, that's in a 500 calorie deficit. You should shoot for about 1 pound of fat loss per week, right? That's real important. And if you're getting below that, then you need to start fixing your calorie amount, obviously adjusting the shit as it goes. Okay, with the one thing I have to say before we get in the next part is, with that person, that scenario 1, you need to understand that you don't really need to do cardio. When I diet, I barely do cardio. Only when I get really lean, when I get a six pack, when I get like shredded, then I do cardio, right? Because then it becomes very hard to reduce my food intake. It becomes like a setting point, and that settling point is real low in calories. So just keep that in mind. Now, one more thing. I hope you get this. I hope you're understanding this. One more thing when it comes to weight loss is this. If you've been watching this video to this point, you've done yourself a favor, because everyone, their head just get messes up. They're like, oh, I lost weight, now I don't lose weight. They don't know what the hell's going on. So when it comes to weight loss, right, this is what will happen. When you start cutting your calories, like 1 day after, you'll see, or even a week after, or 2 days, whoa, shit, I've lost 8 pounds, thank you, Dane, you're the best guy in the world, thank you very much, comment, blah, 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 I love you, stuff like this. Okay, I'll say, yeah, you're welcome. Then I'll tell you this. First of all, you need to understand that by cutting your calories, your leptin levels will drop, meaning your glycogen levels will drop, because you're obviously not getting as many calories, and your carbohydrates levels will also drop because you're not eating so much food, so many carbs. This meaning your water levels drop. So all this weight that's being lost is from water and glycogen. You need to understand that glycogen comes from carbohydrate, and for every, I think it was for every 3 grams of glycogen, for every 1 gram of glycogen, 3 grams of water is attached, right? So this is so important. The glycogen and water weight, this all comes to play, right? So you needed to know that. That's why when you see minus 8 pounds on a scale in 2 days, it is mainly water weight and glycogen. So don't get too hyper. It's not going to be like that forever. So anyway, just monitor your weight over a few weeks and see, maybe after 2 weeks, just see, okay, am I losing the number he set me, the 1 pound, 2 pounds. And one thing I forgot to mention, for the overweight person, you're shooting for about maybe 3.5 to 4 pounds of weight loss per week, right? If you're not getting that, then something's wrong. You're not tracking your calories properly. So anyway, I've just told you everything you need to know about getting a six-pack. I know the title is how long does it take, but I thought I'd just tell you everything you need to know, right? Because I can't give you an exact number. However, if you've been watching this video to this point, I'd appreciate if you leave a comment so I know if I'm talking way too long. It's good feedback for myself, and I appreciate it. I hope I brought some value to you, and this is basically all you need to know in order to get the abs you've always wanted. Comment, Subscribe if you like to see more notifications. Get more notifications from me about my 3 videos a day if you like to get more knowledge, get in shape this year. More importantly, you already know the deal. I keep saying that, third time I said it. Stay positive, stay smiling, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.